Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven. I want to make a very, hopefully, fast video to talk about Excalibur Games. They are a publisher and I would say a failed developer of games, quite a few of which I've featured on this channel. I want to start with a few kind of positive things. I saw that this is a game that they brought out this year, and as you can see, it's called Tracks, the train set game. This looks really cool, I have to say. It looks a bit like there was a game that came out and it was like a tech demo that was free. It looked exactly the same as this, but like a basic version. So I would imagine that Excalibur saw that and maybe offered to publish this game. Yeah, but anyway, it looks kind of cool, and this is a game that I might try and see if I can get hold of, because yeah, like, it looks pretty cool. I would say that a lot of people, they like to play Train Simulator because it's almost like a substitute for playing with a train set. I think that most adults, or quite a lot of adults, they either don't have the desire or the motivation or the room in their house to have a train set, but they rather like the idea of kind of playing with a train in a way. So yeah, I think this is a really cool idea for a game, and like I said, I might see if I can try to get hold of it. If any of you guys have played this game, I'd be really interested to find out what you think of it. Yeah, anyway, Excalibur Games. One other game that they have published, which I featured on this channel, which I really want to continue with, is this one, Jalopy. I probably said that completely wrong. This game is really cool. I made a couple of videos about it. It's basically a road trip style of game where you have to maintain your vehicle in order to get to a destination. It's really cool. I made a couple of videos ages ago. Actually, this game, it came out in April of 2016. So I did make videos on this a long time ago, but I do want to try to make an updated video on this at some point, because it is a really cool game. So that's another of the games that they have published that I would say look really good, really cool. Now, let's turn on to a few of the other games I've featured on my channel, which, let's say, were kind of failures. Let's say that. This one here, Enforcer, Police Crime Action, it came out now a long time ago, 2014. I made some videos on this game when it first was out. It kind of had some good ideas, but the execution was not great. After the game was first out, the developers basically said a lot of things like they're working hard on the game, they're going to add more features, they're going to improve the game. They did work on it for a while, but I think after a while they kind of ran out of funding, or like the amount of money it would have actually cost them to carry on the development is probably not really worth it, because I would imagine the sales of the game went down a lot, Anyway, so this was a bit of a failure. And if we look at the news, they did actually update the game a fair bit after it was released. Like I said, I would say they did make an effort, and they did make some kind of promises that it was going to be like really overhauled and everything. But basically by February of 2016, after that, everything went very quiet. So yeah, that was a real failure. And it's kind of a shame, because this style of game, like, if someone was to make it really well, then I think that it really has really amazing potential. Yeah. Now, funnily enough, there was another failure, in my opinion, which started off as European Ship Simulator. Now, when this game was first out, I actually thought it looked really cool. They were going for like a very realistic style of graphics. I made some videos where I was quite interested in the game, and it seemed to have a good start. But it seemed like that the direction of the development didn't really go as planned, and then after a while, Excalibur, I believe, basically changed the studio that were working on it. They got rid of the current ones and they added, they employed a new studio that then said they were going to completely overhaul the game, and the owners of this game basically got the new game, which was Weld Ship Simulator. And again, when this was first out, they made a lot of promises about that it was going to have this and that feature. They did kind of make a fair effort for a while, but again, it kind of went quiet around, let's have a look, again, like August 2016, March 2016, so yeah, after that, basically it seems like, actually what happened was the studio, Odin Game Studio, so they were working on Weld Ship Simulator and the Enforcer game. They got closed down, so obviously that didn't work out too well, did it? And Excalibur must have realised it was a bit of a flogging a dead horse kind of situation, and yeah, kind of stopped that. It's kind of a shame, because I think if someone again made a ship simulator really well, then the possibilities, I think, are really good. There are a few more. Now, I believe that Excalibur actually tried to make some of their own games as well. So, if I go on to actually, this one here. So, if I go on to Excalibur as a developer, I believe they tried making their own games. European Ship Simulator was one of them. They also have these other ones, and as you can see, most of them were in my library. And yeah, I made a video on this ages ago, the taxi game. Farming World, I don't think I made a video on that, but it's not good. Well, you can basically see from all of these red Steam reviews, not very successful. This game as well, I actually owned it. I was going to make a video or a few videos on this game, but the game had issues. I think it only ever received one update. So, yeah, it seems like that they maybe have decided that developing their own games is maybe not a good idea. I mean, I don't really know. I haven't really done any research, but this is what I've worked out by having a look at the information on Steam. So, yeah, there you go. Excalibur. They had some good games that seem to be coming out more recently, but they had some pretty bad games that were coming out. That were coming out a while ago. So I just hope they've learned. I hope they've learned from this whole experience, that they've kind of worked out how to make sure that the games that they are developing or publishing, actually come out and are made into a game that kind of fulfills the potential and the expectations of the player base. I really hope, and it does seem from the more recent things that they've worked on or that they have published, it does seem like that they have learnt from that. Hopefully that's the case. Anyway, if you have played any of Excalibur's games, I would love to hear what you think. But that's just my opinion, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.